This is a question for me specifically. It says, for Myron, how do you expect to split your time between multiple wives and children if you don't plan on living with them? I will put them all in separate houses and then visit them periodically. I don't think I need to be
smart man.
You don't want to do like big love when they all stay next to each other. The backyard just don't have a.
So you sure you don't want to use me as a real estate agent?
No.
Nope.
Yeah. I buy it from
Hey, and to take it back,
like the song.
I am not a 40-year-old without kids. I do have two beautiful kids.
For real.
Okay. So yeah,
Okay.
Does someone saying something? No. I would get them their own thing because women are very territorial with that stuff. So I wouldn't put them all.
Oh,
in
you
the same
want to put
spot.
like next to
Please,
like.
yeah.
I'd have them be friends
They
and
would
shit.
have their own space.
Yeah, they would have their own space.
Right.
I would have them be friends if they like. I'd introduce them to each other if they want. But
The
yeah,
house is
I
not
would give them their own spot.
Taylor, are you okay?
Yeah, why?
Okay, just make sure.
Was that the question you asked?
I did.
I figured.
You asked that?
Yeah.
Wait, how did you know?
Hold on, question.
Because she's like sitting back.
I see some tension here. Do you like Myron?
No.
Okay, give it a beat.
Don't turn red.
No.
Don't turn red.
Well, I put the vibe here. What's going on?
Get him, Myron. This nigga fresh.
No, I want a monogamous man, so no. But
Well, no, he is to you for the night.
oh wow.
Okay.
Myron.
But yeah, I did ask that.
Yeah.
Go get him, Myron.
So yeah, because she asked that before the show, so she knew. A question for you. Do you have like very high standards in men?
Yeah, probably. I really just don't hang out with men. I don't really go on dates. I just don't really date that much.
So let me ask you this then. I mean, are you aware of the fact that like unless he's like very religious and devout, like someone like Andrew, etc., that most guys that are attractive are gonna probably not be monogamous?
No, I understand.
You're familiar. Okay. So what's better? Someone that's that's polygamous but is honest about it and you know what's going on.
Yeah, but to have like a whole separate family, that's kind of crazy.
I know. It does seem unorthodox and crazy.
And also
but
like on holidays, how are you all? Are you all just in one home?
Every other holiday. Like how you celebrate.
Well,
You have to be the wife that satisfies him the most.
That's the beauty. So like in Islam, right? And obviously I'm not the best practicing Muslim, but one of the I think it solves a lot of issues. Like your wife doesn't have to convert, so she could practice Christianity. Another one can be Jewish. Another one can be Muslim, and then all the holidays are different.
Oh my God.
Oh, so that's the strategy. It's like get them of all
Maybe that's the strategy. Maybe.
Is that a strategy? Rock, paper, scissors.
But like Christian women wouldn't be with, like they wouldn't want to be in a.
But you said earlier. Well, we asked you earlier if you're a practicing Christian, and you did not raise your hand.
Right. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Okay.
But I was gonna say something else.
I don't actually get it then. Why the monogamy if it doesn't have a religious basis?
Because I just
It's selfish.
The morals.
Selfish.
Because he made a
No,
commitment.
some
people just like be with
but
one person.
why would a commitment have value if you're a secularist?
Because she wants
What
it.
makes it valuable?
Yeah, what makes it valuable? If there's no eternal after, there's no God, there's no nothing. Why is it valuable?
The will.
So it's just for you. It's selfish.
It's what you
selfish.
feel on the
That's what he just
inside.
said.
Bro, I know it. Listen, Taylor is not different.
Yeah.
She's like every other white girl from college. I want one man to only fuck me. But you realize what's happening here? It's only for her because she's a savage.
It's you can be like I said. I tell girls, man, like if you could expect monogamy, but if you're gonna get monogamy, it's gonna most of the time it's gonna come from a guy that wasn't your first choice.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a guy that wasn't the guy that you wanted
That you don't pick,
originally.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's a guy that just was
I'm learning
there
that now.
after. So it's like, I don't know. I tell girls get the best guy that you can, get that last name, and then get the title. And then
And
She
guess
did
what?
say she go for
He
the
won't-
bad boys.
He won't be a bad boy.
She go for the bad boys
No,
already.
One of them was
Question.
Don't want commitment.
Question. Are you
a what?
this nigga, bro.
I don't know what that
Never mind.
means.
Really asked that?
Yeah, can you break it down?
That's like our age. They're gonna know that.
Yeah,
shit.
break it down. Like what that
Let me
means.
ask you a question though.
Contract, yeah.
I'm curious about Myron.
I want to know what that
I
means.
don't know what that is.
Shit, I don't speak English, but it sounds really dirty.
Just break it down, please.
Like,
All right, so there was a shark that went in the mud, but the shark was white, and then he got black,
and then
and then he was tainted black and white.
Are you asking if I was with the white guys and I've been with a black guy?
Yeah. The other niggas?
Yeah.
He's a SoundCloud rapper.
I really thought it was something else.
He wasn't fully black. He was like half black, half. Or he was white, black, and Puerto Rican or Dominican. I don't know. One of.
So you didn't go full black.
That's black enough.
But
Like,
I usually go for white guys.
Oh boy.
I was going to ask, from your worldview of polygamy,
yeah.
would you still prefer a Christian woman?
Oh wow.
I wouldn't be opposed to having a Christian wife. No,
Yeah. If
I wouldn't. If she's a woman of the book, you're fine.
yeah, but if you
wait,
but is she truly Christian?
wait, Christian women don't share the same God. They're not gonna agree on the Bible. Damn.
So anyway, if you had
a question.
Bro,
Yo,
I'm trying not to be
I'm gonna lie,
the
bro.
brain cell. I'm trying not to be the one. Like,
nigga, you've been talking shit for 2 hours plus, bro.
oh, like.
All right, where are you saying?
well, I was
Sorry.
asking,
Just
are they
raise your
higher in
hand.
virtue for you? So if you look at it, you think this is a higher virtue than the alternative, so you would choose that for marriage?
No, what I've noticed is like if a girl's religious, regardless of whether she's a devout Jewish woman, a devout Muslim woman, a devout Christian woman, they all have the same principles a lot of the time, same virtues and ethics.
Or
like
close enough. Right?
Yeah, close enough. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm gonna follow my man. I'm gonna submit to my man. And I think that's why it's allowed, is because all the Abrahamic religions are very similar to each other. You know
They
what I mean?
have very similar grounding ethical purviews for living your life. I
Absolutely,
don't disagree
yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
But the key points
They do have
are
totally different grounding foundations in the way they live their lives.
Of course.
But there are some foundational similarities. I agree totally with that.
Yeah.
Would that be preferable then for a polygamist?
To be with a Christian woman?
Or somebody of the Abrahamic faith?
Yeah. You can't go outside of the three. It has to be one of those three.
So then, wouldn't Christians kind of want to have to push back against you because they wouldn't want you to?
And that's a possibility. Yeah, they might not be okay with it. They might not. That's very good. Yeah, absolutely. They might
Right,
say
that's
no.
what I was gonna say. Is she truly a Christian then, if
Yeah.
she's doing that?
Yeah, I mean,
she wouldn't be.
Yeah, I guess not. Maybe not.
I have a question.
Okay.
Well, I mean, some call themselves that who do, right? Mormons do this.
Yeah.
There are some who call themselves Christian denominations who will make those religions or those arrangements, but usually just within that religion, right?
Yeah.
But I guess fundamentally what I'm asking is, shouldn't Christians then be really opposed to polygamists if polygamists would value them just for the fact that they probably have virtues and are Christian? Shouldn't they then push back against that because they're like, wait, you could be taking...
I can see that perspective for sure.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of the times it doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of times it doesn't, because I had an uncle that did that
exactly
shit.
What I was gonna get
You
to.
married Christians, and it always became an issue later on.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
yeah. You
Yeah.
say something?
What I was gonna say was like, okay, if you did have a religious woman and she did go by like, you know, how everything plays out, would you be a man and like stay home and stand your ground, or would you actually engage into her religion with her?
No, I would never change my religion for a woman. I would never do anything for a woman.
You're Muslim, correct?
Yeah, but I would never do any. I would never move for a female. I would never follow a woman's lead, because the problem is once you acquiesce one time, it's over.
So it won't be a whole thing. You have to match somebody with you.
Yeah,
already.
the man is the leader.
Right.
The man is
Okay.
the protector, the provider. I don't think it should work. I don't think there should be. I think if it does work, it's got to be from the confinements of home where she's still close to the children. You know, I'm very big on traditional values. Even if I'm not like religious, if I have like a girl that I'm taking seriously, she doesn't work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
I think it's. I think
I
it's
have a question.
creates problems.
Yeah.
Period.
She should
Okay,
work for me if
If
anything.
you want
That's
a
real.
Christian, can a woman be like too Christian or a man? Like, you know, like Christian or like too Christian.
like overly annoyingly
Yeah.
pious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Forcefully.
that's
Hell
happened.
yeah, they could be annoyingly
Yeah.
pious. We call it virtue signaling. You're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right? We can have adult
Hey,
conversations.
yeah, we can talk about God and believe
right?
in God,
We don't
and I
have to be.
talk about it in every
The
conversation.
problem is, too often Christians and Muslims and other people won't even engage in conversations like this because they're like, oh, my virgin ears. Oh, my.
Right.
It's like, come on, it's ridiculous. If you want to have an effect in culture, you go where the culture is.
Right.
And that's where you have those conversations. So, yes,
agree.
not only can they, right, but it annoys the shit out of me because I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Because we
It's
don't get anywhere.
One more
Yeah.
question.
It's an
How do you feel
overly-
about cursing? Because I know a lot of Christians, they
cursing
kind of,
is to curse. What you're talking about is there's these weird Puritans, right, who don't understand that words are social constructions and they don't mean anything except the value that you give them.
Right.
You're not allowed to blaspheme against the Holy Spirit. You're not allowed to curse people. A curse is like you're literally cursing
setting a curse on somebody, right?
Right? Now, vulgar language, yeah, you should probably stay away from it. Generally
Watch how you
speaking,
say shit, yeah.
right? But I've worked in factories my whole life.
I respect
That's how
that.
I'm wired to speak. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And yeah, maybe could I tune it back a
The
little
only
bit?
difference is that he
Sure.
curses, but he does not
but
call
honestly,
me a bitch.
there's no intention towards vulgarity, and everything has a time. And I'm
It's the
telling
way
you,
you
it's,
say it,
it's
how you
always
express
the
yourself.
intent that matters more than anything else. You know what I mean? So there's way too much over pious nonsense about that.
Yeah, I
too.
just wanted to know how you felt.
Someone else asked, was this you that asked, then how do you feel about polygamous relationships?
No, that was me, but y'all already answered that.
Okay. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Well, how do you feel about it, you guys? Because you guys are Christian, so what do you guys think about it? Because I gave my take on it. You guys give yours, though.
On which question?
On how do you feel about polygamous relationships?
Well, I mean, I'm 100% against polygamy.
Okay.
I do see a somewhat contradiction in your worldview, as you do know that the nuclear family is the backbone of society.
Yes.
And that with polygamy, that's definitely going to take away from that nuclear family structure. So I understand that you're adapting to kind of the modern scenario. That's what you're kind of doing.
Yeah, I mean, countries that practice polygamy are less stable. You look at the Middle East, etc. Yeah. But I think, obviously it doesn't have the same security like the West does in certain places. I think if the guy is right and he knows what he's doing, he could absolutely pull it off. But yes, it's an exception. In a lot of situations, it could be very problematic.
Yeah, and then my last follow-up is...
I'd have all the girls living next to each other, though.
But isn't
like neighbors and shit.
Isn't that ultimately kind of a...
You should start a reality show and try that.
Isn't that kind of like just
I was just on a reality TV show. I don't want to know about that.
It's self-serving though. Is it self-serving from your perspective? Is it self-serving to note for sure, because you're a smart guy, for sure that nuclear family, that backbone of society, that's everything that we need, but at the same time society's become degenerate, and I understand that this is the best working solution for a guy like me. Is that part of the issue?
I would be able to make it work because, like I said, I'd obviously be going back and forth. They'd be living next to each other. There'd be that community as well because the girls would know each other. I'd institute what's it called, nannies as well, especially in the early years, homeschooling. I have like some ideas in mind that I would use. No, I wouldn't do that.
No?
You should never do threesomes with your main girls. That's a whole other thing.
Right.
Yeah, Mormons don't do that either. That's interesting that he brings that up because
it's very problematic.
They refuse. They won't. At least the ones I talked to. I'm sure some of them do, right?
Yeah.
Like how could they not? Of course, some of them have to, but they say no. Like, listen, they have duty days. Right, like it's Tuesday. That's that's Wendy. Yeah. Right, it's Thursday. That's Sarah.
Wow.
And it's no joke. Like they'll do it
because women
that
are
way.
very emotional, and like if they see you having sex with another woman, especially if they know that you guys are together. Oh man, dude, a girl will flip out if she sees you having sex with a random chick. She's gonna get angry. Could you imagine if it's another girl that you're committed to?
It
Hell
won't
no.
work if you financially
Hell no.
She may say that stroke is too deep.
Hell no, man.
Too
Yeah,
deep.
so-
Why you like
to answer the
that?
question,
Why you doing that like that? I'm finna beat her ass.
Yeah,
That's how
I am.
I
You
go.
bite her lips so hard, man.
I am against polygamy 100%. Not just from a religious perspective, but even from a secular perspective. It does seem like it makes society less stable, and that if everybody did it,
that is true.
It would be a worse world.
That is true. That is why Middle Eastern
Right.
countries are less stable a lot of times. It's very true.
All right, last chat.
Last chat? Well,
Yep.
I got some more here.
All right, go ahead.
For the young stripper, 10K isn't worth your future. In one paycheck, I made 200K, and my wife is at home with our 2 kids, able to buy whatever she wants. Would never wife her if she had stripped. So, hey, man, look.
Listen, it's your life.
Yeah, it's your life. You do what you want.
Each his
But we're
own.
just trying to give you another perspective because what I've realized with women is that you're going to go to the club, you're going to be around a bunch of other women that are going to give you terrible advice, not tell you what it is. We're telling you how successful men that have a last name that you want to take think. That's just how we think.